Have you ever heard of the Great EMU War? No, I'm not making this up. This is a real bizarre chapter in Australian history. So picture this, it's 1932 Western Australia. The Great Depression is hitting hard, World War I. Veterans have been settled on marginal farming land, trying to make a go of it growing wheat. Things are tough enough, but then a new enemy appears on the horizon. Not a foreign army, but a force of nature. A massive feathered army. We're talking about 20,000 emus. Yes, emus. Those big flightless birds that look like a science experiment gone slightly wrong. They'd migrated from the interior to the coastal regions for their breeding season. And guess what they found? A giant all-you-can-eat buffet. The farmers' freshly planted wheat fields. These birds were wreaking havoc. They were eating the crops, trampling fences, and basically just being a huge nuisance. The farmers, many of whom were ex-soldiers, were desperate. They went to the government for help, and the government, in a decision that would go down in history, agreed to deploy the military. That's right. The Royal Australian Artillery was sent to wage war against birds. Major G.P.W. Meredith was put in command of this unique operation. His troops were armed with 2 Lewis machine guns and 10,000 rounds of ammunition. On paper, it sounded like a guaranteed victory. Man and machine against, well, big chickens. What could possibly go wrong? Well, everything. The emus, it turned out, were tactical geniuses. When the soldiers opened fire, the birds didn't just stand there. They scattered. They ran in all directions at speeds up to 30 miles per hour, making them incredibly difficult targets. Major Meredith noted in his report that the emus seemed to have leaders, with one large black-plumed bird directing his flock, while his comrades carried out their destructive work. They were like feathery guerrilla fighters. The first attempt was a total failure. The second attempt was even more embarrassing. The soldiers tried mounting a machine gun on a truck to chase them down. But the ride was so bumpy they couldn't aim, and they didn't manage to take down a single bird. Meanwhile, the emus continued their reign of terror on the wheat fields. After about a month of this farce, the media got a hold of the story and had a field day. The whole operation was becoming a national joke. The military had fired thousands of rounds of ammunition and had only managed to kill a few hundred emus, if that. It was a humiliating defeat. The Minister of Defense eventually called off the operation. And so in the Great Emu War of 1932, the emus won. The Australian military, veterans of World War I, were outsmarted and outmaneuvered by a flock of birds. The farmers were eventually given ammunition to deal with the problem themselves. But the legend of the Emu War lives on as one of the weirdest and funniest footnotes in military history. Never underestimate your opponent, especially when they have feathers and a taste for wheat.